in 1978 or thereabouts, I started working on a bunch of work which has to do with post-contact history, specifically in New Zealand, but it brings in Polynesia, or the idea of Polynesia as well. The initial reasons for wanting to do the work was political, so you could say that the work has a rhetorical component. I wanted to make various statements about what I saw as going on. I was involved at some points in Maori activism, during the early 80s to mid 80s, when Waitangi Action Committee people were, they were protesting Waitangi to draw attention to, what they wanted to, their idea about sovereignty, Maori sovereignty. The technology I use is a large format camera which makes negatives which are 10 inches by 8 inches, which is, quite large. And the camera is an American camera made out of wood called a Deerdorf. It suits my temperament, which tends to be sort of slow and methodical rather than fast and snappy. The main reason for actually using that format, though, is because of the amount of and quality of the information that it puts onto the plate. Because the kind of work that I'm doing involves gathering information and in the form of images and then interrelating the images. So that's another thing. I don't deal with single images. As far as I'm concerned, photographs are totally meaningless by themselves. They're very slippery objects. They can be taken, shifted into other contexts and made to mean different things. So the whole thing is context. You can pinpoint what you want to do, what you want to say, your meaning by arranging and controlling the context that you see images in. The nearest thing to this sort of work would be literature. It would be it's novelistic. All of the images, I know what they are in advance, with one or two exceptions. So I know where the place is, I know why I'm going there, and I know what I'm taking.
And how does the book form with images and text then relate to something like an exhibition where there's usually less text, often anyway?
Well, the book thing is good because if you want to control the meaning of your images, you can really nail it down into that context, and you've got a sequence, right, and you've got the words, and that's that. It's an entity which can't be altered, except that you can start in the back and work your way forward or whatever, but basically it's there. Exhibition is different, but I think the two support each other, and I like to be involved in both things. They're of the Blue Bars. They were commissioned by John Perry, who's the director of the Museum Art Gallery down there. The Blue Bars, there's some kind of question mark hanging over them. They're a particular... They were a thermal bath centre in Rotorua, and they're very well known. They're important. They're really important. The building, architecturally, they're important too. The exhibition is put on in the bathhouse, and it's the gallery in Rotorua, in order to draw attention to the place. What are we going to do with the place? Like, I'm working on another book project at the moment, and I've got about 3 others up my sleeve that I want to do before I snuff it.
Right, so it's a life's work.
Yeah,
and then
I just want to keep going until I can't do it. At which point I hope I want to die with my boots on.